Hello, this is Snockooz. This isn't any you know, machinima or anything. This is an update well, not necessarily an update. This is basically me gonna be jabbering on about stuff. Also, I want to apologize for the last update. I kind of wish I didn't uh, make it that way. I used my iPhone. I didn't have my computer or anything at the time, so I just decided to do that. So keep everyone informed. Just to tell everyone, I am actually starting on something right now. So video machinima stuff related. Um, the background stuff is basically just me and my friends messing around and having fun on a interesting map that's funny as hell. You'll probably laugh more at the stuff that's going on there than whatever the hell I'm about to say. Okay, so basically this video is me informing people and assuring people about everything that's happening Halo time, basically, game related specifically. So first I want to talk about Reach and the title update that everyone's been talking about. So let me first go on to say that in this update, they've already stated that they will not take out anything from the game at all whatsoever. They're not taking anything out. They might be changing it slightly or making it so you can make it better or make it yourself better or worse in settings. But besides that, they're not taking anything out. Some people have heard or said that they've heard them say oh, they're gonna take out falling damage completely and make it like Halo 2 was, or that's not true. I have heard similar things, but from what I've heard, they're actually just gonna make it an option that you can either put it on or take it off, or I've even heard that they might make it so you can make fall damage really powerful or not that powerful, so you don't take that much damage when you hit the ground at a certain amount of height. But besides that, I don't have much to tell you about it. As for everything else, they're not taking out armor lock. Anyone who thinks that they are is stupid, and anyone who thinks that it should be taken out is also stupid. I actually I don't really want to rant that much, but this is like one of the few things I do actually want to rant about. The fact that people hate armor lock the amount that they do. And hold on just a second. And a lot of people think armor lock sucks big throbbing erection, and for the reasons that lots of people use it. But I don't really see the big issue when everyone who uses it most of the time can't use it worth a crap, because it's made to be a short defense weapon, not weapon, but a short defense part or ability. All it does is make you not able to move, but invincible for a couple of seconds. The amount of time that you're in there, your shield can't even regenerate. And anyone who's stupid in armor lock will see a guy shooting at them and just go straight into that and just stay in there until it's over, and then get up and get shot again and die. And people who are stupid and see that will sometimes go up to it and start meleeing them, thinking, oh, I don't know anything about this game, so I'm going to start meleeing this thing and hurting myself because that happens. And then the EMP will happen and the guy will get up and punch you, which is completely stupid, because anyone who has used armor lock or seen it shouldn't be going up to the guy and meleeing him. What they should is stay back and throw a grenade when they're about to pop out. That's the logical. But for the people who are good with it, or good at going against it, probably don't really care that much about armor lock. It's only the people who think it's overly powerful when it's really not. So yeah, armor lock, you guys are stupid if you think it sucks or bad, because it's not that bad. There's plenty of other armor abilities that I think are far worse than armor lock. Okay, back to the update. From what I've been hearing, the update isn't going to basically. It's not going to be a huge update on the day that it comes out. There will be small changes that will happen in Reach when it comes out, but nothing huge will happen on that day. You're gonna go into the game and you might see, oh, they added that, and oh, they changed that a little bit, but there's nothing huge is gonna happen immediately. It's basically just a stepping stone so they can continue to edit and change the game as the community wants them to. So so in other words, after this comes out and a huge amount of people are saying that that the bloom isn't that good, or that there should be an option so there is no bloom, they might add something in the game later, like a couple weeks or something after, to make that better for the community. And same with armor abilities and weapons and damage. And I've heard a lot of things about like how, because mostly this update is made to make the game, make certain portions of the game feel a lot more like Halo 1 did and Halo 2 did. So like maybe like again with fall damage and weapon damage and blast radiuses and how the shield works, melee, all that was probably going to get changed. For those of you who don't like how the shield works, where no matter how small it is, you'll still a melee still won't get through. I'm pretty sure they're going to change that to make it so, or make an option to take that off or take it back, put it back on for the playlists at least, or for anything that they want that to be a part of. But yeah, most of the changes are going to be happening over a period of time and not right away. So don't be hyped as like, oh, the update, yeah, everything's gonna change, and be too hyped up about that. I'm sure everyone's still gonna get hyped up, and then people are gonna be posting stuff online and making videos saying this update sucks, nothing changed. If you already get hyped up about something that you know nothing about, you're of course going to get disappointed. You can't make your standards, you can't think that something's going to be incredible before you know anything about it. Before you don't know anything about it, that's complete idiocy. Whatever. So yeah, it's going to be over a long period of time. They're going to be changing a lot of things over that period of time. The game is going to have parts in it that are going to feel completely different than it did if you changed it, and parts that feel like they did in Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3. I'm sure they're gonna update a whole lot of crap. Nothing that I know for a fact yet, besides besides the falling damage thing. There's very few things I actually know for a fact. I know that and also like the anniversary thing, so that's gonna be directed towards that first mostly. And since I just talked about anniversary, I'm gonna go and jump onto that update, or to tell you guys. Most of you probably already know most of this stuff. Anniversary, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, whatever the hell you want to call it, is Halo 1. With a graphic overlay of Reach. That's it. Okay? It's going to have terminals that tell you more about Halo 4. That's alright. You're going to be able to swap back and forth from the game, from the original engine and Reach's engine. I heard something about that there was, on certain discs, they had a different, like, the gameplay was somewhat different on certain discs. I don't know what that necessarily means, but I heard that, I think it's like NOC or something. I heard that's what it's originally going to. I don't really know if that's what it's called, so don't get mad that I didn't give you correct information. I don't really remember exactly what that was, but so it was something that had to do with system link and online play. So everything comes together correctly. Like if someone shoots if you're playing co-op campaign over live, if someone shoots a weapon, it's going to get shot on the other person's system, and if they jump a certain height, you're going to be able to jump the same height, and so on and so forth. That was one of the few things they had to tweak. Um, the only few changes that are actually in the game is the sound, and that's very small. They said that they weren't going to change the music at all, which wasn't correct necessarily. What they're doing is they're re-recording the sound to make it fuller, like with an orchestra, because in the original Halo, it wasn't created with an orchestra. It was actually just created on a piano, I think, and a small amount of people, and like maybe a few singers, but it wasn't with a complete orchestra. Now they're using Skywalker orchestra, which Star Wars and stuff, and everyone knows that Star Wars music was always great. So that might make the music better. And if you swap back, the music isn't going to change though. So it's still going to be the same music, whether you're going back to classic mode or anniversary mode. Another thing, going to multiplayer. The multiplayer maps are going to be on the same disc as anniversary, and it's only going to be those maps. If you only have anniversary, you're not going to be able to play all the other maps from Reach, which I think is kind of stupid, because they didn't do that with ODST. They just had a whole separate disc. In my opinion, I think that's the way they should have gone, is this similar to ODST in that fact, or just put them all on the same disc or something. But whatever. But if you do own Halo Reach and you don't want to swap back and forth, they give you a code or something that will allow you to put the maps that are on anniversary on to ODST, not ODST, to Reach. So yeah, that will help some people. And as for the maps, like, they're all just Reach, so don't get excited like, oh, Halo 1's multiplayer. No, but like I said, with the update thing, they're going to try and make things similar to Halo 1, Halo 2 for certain maps, for people who want the classic play. Make it feel more like Halo 1. They're going to do a lot of things to try and do that. One of the maps is going to be a firefight map. I've heard a lot of rumors about that. I don't really know what the exact map is or where it is. I know it's set somewhere in the one of the Halo 1 missions, and I've heard rumors that you might get flood, that there might be new enemies. All we know for a fact is that it's somewhere on Halo 1, and they said that it's going to be doing something that the other firefight maps have not done at all. So you might want to get excited, you might not. I'm hoping that means flood, because I miss flood. So yeah. So I guess I'll go on to Halo 4 now. Very small amount of information for that, but for those of you who hate armor abilities, royally hate armor abilities, the fact that Master Chief has little jetpack-like things isn't going to change gameplay on land. The jetpack is actually not a jetpack, it's a thruster pack, and all it's made to do is help a Spartan travel in 0G gravity. So if he's in space and he can't move, that was the only thing it was made for. And it's not something that he's going to be able to use on land or anything. And he has had it since Halo 2. It's just he's never needed it. So hopefully that clears up some stuff. He's not going to be like, oh, he just got out of the cryo chamber for some reason. That's a jetpack and he can fly around now. No, it's just for 0G things. I'm sure they're implementing that to add on to the a space battle thing that was started in Reach and never got any farther than that single mission. So maybe there's going to be like space battle stuff, which might be kind of cool. I've never been a big fan of flying, but that might be kind of interesting. From what I've heard, there will be sprint, but it'll just be that's the only ability you have, is to be able to sprint, just to keep everything faster and easier to get around, instead of seemingly looking like you're walking 2 feet an hour, which Halo has a tendency to feel like that, at least to me. Other things, multiplayer, and there's really nothing to be known that anyone knows about multiplayer right now. All we can say is that there's certain things that we've heard about campaign that will probably go into multiplayer, which is customization. From what I've heard, you're going to be able to customize weapons and vehicles in the campaign seamlessly, And a lot of people saying, oh great, so it's going to be like Call of Duty, you're going to be able to make your gun look green. No. When they say customizing your weapons, they're meaning, it actually said like customizing your weapons for a combat. In other words, like adding scopes, or maybe making an assault rifle into a plasma rifle, in a sense. And so it's not going to be more like Call of Duty. If anything, it's going to be a little bit more like either during the campaign in Crisis 2, when you'd able to pick up your gun and like, customize it a little bit, or the new Ghost Recon game where you can completely customize it and stuff, which I think is kind of cool. I'm not the biggest guy on customizing things immediately. If I might, like, during a certain time, figure out what my custom thing is, and then like keep it like that for a while and maybe change it on later. But I'm really not a big customizations dude. I just like to get in there and fight and kill things. So like a lot of people are in Halo, so it's not going to really change much. It might make the game a little bit funner where you can change it, but I'm pretty sure few people are going to do a lot of things with that. And same with vehicles, which that sounds really cool, because if I can customize my Warthog to shoot off huge plasma morts, or make a tank have 12 rocket launchers, I don't know. Right now it's really hard to tell what they're gonna allow you to do. And I hope this customization with weapons and vehicles will add on to the fact that you're going to have really customizable armor, because I really like having customizable armor, because I like being able to create other characters that are from other games and putting into the game, which is always fun. It's like, oh yeah, I'm Iron Man, blah blah blah. But yeah. So that's really all I can tell you right now. I can rant about idiots who hate Reach because of reasons that they just don't like it. Reach, I've heard a couple people say, one specific, that Reach is a dying game. It's not that Reach is a dying game. It's more like Reach is not dying. It's just not reaching its fans to the point that that fans are used to. Like, a lot of people are saying that all this stuff is really that all these new things are really annoying because Bungie didn't like add on to them as quickly as they did with Halo 3. Like, they had all the not add-ons, but the updates that they had in Halo 3. They had a huge amount of updates in Halo 3, and they don't have that in this game because Reach is their last game, and then they had to move on to 343 to do all this, which is why now 343 is going to add the update, and people are sort of getting excited. But I mean, updates take up time, and they have to find out new things. Every time an update comes in, something new will also come in that might be bad. So certain things that come out of this might be bad, some things might be good, and Reach isn't dying. It's just not reaching its fans to the point they need, and more people are still coming to play Halo. New people still continue to play Halo, and new people continue to come and play Halo. But yeah, and Reach, one person said in their opinion that Halo should, in their opinion, die with Reach and not continue on to 4, because they think that if they continue the game, it will only make it worse if it continues on the way it's going. Which, from what I've seen for Halo 4, it's not continuing down the path that Reach did go with the armor abilities and all the things that they added in that weren't that good. From what I can tell, in my personal opinion, armor abilities were more something that they should have had in 3, and not in something that not in Bungie's last game. It should have been a test ability, which I guess you could say equipment kind of were, but they weren't really. So yeah, the armor ability should have been a test that they tried in Halo 3 when you finished the fight. but and then found out what the fans thought of that, and then fixed it or took it out or changed it or went in there and like completely redid everything and to make it better for Reach. And I do agree that Reach really wasn't that great of an ending game. I agree with that, but to say that it's completely bad is kind of stupid. So I guess I'm just gonna end it on that because I've been ranting and it's already 20 minutes. Holy shit. Okay, so that's my update. Look forward to machinima stuff, and I hope this background stuff was funny to you. I think it was laggy, so if it was, I'm sorry. But I don't really care if it's that bad because I made this not so I can show you Halo, but to talk to you about Halo. I'm sure most of you don't really care. So, whatever. Goodbye.